Hey guys, back on June 26th, the Aggie football family was rocked when 4 football players and a former softball player were involved in a horrific car crash in Cache Valley. Defensive linemen Adewale Adeoye, Edmund Faimalo, John Taylor, and Travis Seafelt were in the SUV that was hit by a semi. They are all home from the hospital. Head coach Matt Wells now with an update on their status and also the status emotionally with his team.
You know, John Taylor will start day 1 of training camp. Edmund and Wale are progressing. It's hard to put a timeline on those guys, but they're progressing. I see them practicing at some point. Travis is, right now, our doctors and our medical staff and our trainers tell me it's going to be hard for him to make it back this year.
We're amazed right now that we didn't have anybody die in this crash.
After coming so close to losing members of his football family, it's now time to focus on football. However, the memory of that Friday afternoon in June still has a deep effect on this football team.
For me, it's definitely impactful because, I mean, I've been with a few of them for several years. Some guys that I'll actually call for if I ever need something, and that type of relationship that we have. And to see something like that was bad, but I know it could have been a whole lot worse. So I'm thankful for where they are now. I know that we may not have guys in the near future, but I know that they're going to work as hard as they can to get back as quickly as they can.
I know how bad, they want to be out on the field, and so I think we can definitely use that as motivation, when we're tired or whatever it may be, to be like, we have to stay strong for those guys.
If anything, I think as a team, we're ready to not take anything for granted, and just to know how special and how blessed we are to be in the position we are, because we know that there's some guys that may not get the chance to play this year. So just got to take advantage of everything, and at the end of the day, I'm playing for them. And I can say that for myself. I'm sure a lot of other guys can as well. And so they're going to be kind of our motivation for this upcoming year.
And it has brought us a little closer. I think we all maybe value life a little bit more and maybe love a little harder and realize that that was a tough thing, and we almost lost them. And the fact that they're alive and walking and we'll all play again, I mean, there's no question the hand of God was on that car.
Al Lewis, this was an emotional blast to this entire team, but especially to head coach Matt Wells. Very emotional when he talks about that day.
Yeah, he told me he once had a player who died when he was coaching him at Tulsa, but you could tell right off the bat he didn't want to answer his phone that day when it was happening. Yeah. He told me, and all of a sudden he felt like he had to, and then he found out what it was. And they were there very quickly and saw the aftermath and were definitely shocked. They thought for sure it was going to turn out to be a worse day than it was. It's great now that there's a chance all 4 will play football again.
That's amazing. But as Coach Wells said, things like this can have a positive impact. Yeah. Not taking things for granted, understanding how quickly things can be taken away from you can have a positive impact on this football team.
The players I talked to in Vegas, in their workouts, they've dedicated an area where they used to work out that's kind of these guys' area, and they kind of look over there, okay, that's where they'd be. And they've kind of been motivated, I think, to be using their memories, at least, and doing it for them in some of the preseason stuff.
Of course, everybody's glad they're still here.
Yes, so. Absolutely.
All right, when we come back, it's the Battle of the Socks and 2 new coordinators.
I got a laundry list of things that we need to do before we get to game 1.
Yeah, you'll hear from Josh Heupel. What can Aggie fans expect from his offense?